been an interesting week for you. I mean, it's not like any week is not really the same as what it would have been in any normal football year, is it?
No, it's been like it for over 12 months now, and just when we thought we were through the worst of it, it's come back to haunt everybody again, and we adjust accordingly.
Is it a bit like waiting for a phone call sometimes, just wondering how you're going to set things up, not just for a team on Saturday, but for training sessions or anything like that?
Everything is you can't really plan until 30 minutes before the session. We're testing every day that we're in at the moment. So touch wood, we're all clear this morning. We just got the one positive that's off at the moment, but everybody else is clear, and we'll do everything we can to keep it like that. But in terms of planning, how many numbers for training, what we're going to do, and the sort of team for games, you can put a plan in place, but you better have one or two or three to back it up with.
Now, before the potential Forest Green Rovers game, I suggested to you that you were getting a little bit back, unfortunately, to the situation you'd been in with injuries and so on a little earlier in the season before the not particularly good run. In a way, when they had to cancel, was that in a little bit of a relief because you have more players coming back to fitness?
No, we wanted to play. When you are in the run that you're in, despite missing a few players, you want to keep playing. So I think everybody was disappointed when the game was called off. Understandable. I think the vast majority in the country were. But we were looking forward to going down there and continuing our good run.
Hartlepool on Boxing Day, and they're going into the game in good form as well. It's going to be an interesting one. That's if it goes ahead, of course.
Yeah, well, we're all doing everything we can to keep that very important Boxing Day fixture. But a new manager has come in, just settling in. So he'll have had some time to work with the team. Certainly those aren't isolating. So it should be a very interesting one for us. I think at home we're confident, and I think we'll take on anybody at the moment, especially in the FA Cup as well. That's two next, Hartlepool and Middlesbrough, our two next home games. Two good ones to look forward to.
Yeah, very much so. And like you say, the fans are looking forward to it. I'd imagine the players are as well, because the confidence being so high as it is.
Yeah, and when you haven't played for a couple of weeks, then you are chomping at the bit to get going again.
Yeah. And obviously we're edging towards the end of 2021. I was wondering, Nigel, how do you reflect on the last 12 months? Because we've sort of seen everything really in the last 12 months or so. But games behind closed doors, games called off, various obstacles thrown your way. You've come out of it towards the end of the year in good form. I'm just wondering, how do you reflect on? It's been a very eventful 12 months.
I was just going to use that word, eventful. I think that's about sums it up, because we have had in 12 months most things thrown at us. I think society has as well, not just we're not in a bubble in football, but it's been difficult at times. I think we started this season with such optimism, crowds back in, great crowds, a couple of wins, should have made it 3 from the first 3. And then we had that horrible sort of 6-8 weeks, whatever, where we couldn't win a game to save our lives, and every single thing seemed to be against us. And we've come out of it in remarkable form, winning 9 out of 10. So we'd like to continue that and forget the couple of months where things went against us. All it's done really is evened out. I think if those results had been spread over the first 4 months of the season, it would have been easier to take. But it just means that we're full of confidence at the moment and looking forward to every game.
How optimistic are you for the sort of going into the sort of second half of the season? Looking ahead now that you've sort of pushed up the table to 11th and you're sort of closing in on the sort of playoff places. How much optimism have you got for 2022?
I think there's a lot around the place at the moment, and rightly so. I think to get 9 victories out of 10 games, actual victories, no draws in there. A lot of teams and sort of 9 undefeated or something like that. But to actually win 9 games out of 10 has been remarkable. So I think just sense it in training and everything. The players, they can't wait for the next game. And when you're due to go down to the league leaders and you're postponed, and there's a large air of disappointment around the place, I think that says a lot about how we're feeling at the moment.
Just one on Clough, because I know we sort of touched on it already, but there's been a bit of talk about sort of people are concerned about the sporting integrity of various competitions with postponements and teams sometimes potentially having to feel weakened teams. How much of a concern is that for you?
Oh, very much a concern, but the biggest concern is safety. Players, staff, supporters, officials and all that sort of thing. That is the thing, that trumps everything. And then we move on to the integrity and everything else after that. But it is very unfair when a team are losing players. I don't quite understand the criteria, especially at the highest level in the Premier League. I feel very much Burnley have had 2 games cancelled, 2.5 hours notice. Chelsea have asked for a game to be postponed and can't fill the bench. And yet other teams are calling them off at very short notice. So never quite sure what evidence is required, and even at our level now, what evidence you have to provide in order to get a game cancelled.
Yeah, lovely, Nigel. Thanks very much.
Pleasure.